Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Link, Eat, Love, Kill. It's a bit of a non-title, but it is very you'll as you watch it, it pretty much sums up the primary elements of this Korean drama. It's not, I mean, it's drama, but it's a lot of things. It's as layered as its title. And this is from 2022. It's one season. The episodes are over an hour long. The first one's an hour and 14 minutes long. The other ones are like an hour and 8, somewhere around there, give or take. There's 16 episodes. I have a feeling that it's a full story in this 16 episode arc. I doubt. I don't know. As far as I can tell here, there's only one season, and you might get a whole story out of that, like beginning to end. Hopefully it's not the kind of thing where they got canceled halfway through or never got a second season like Firefly. I don't know. Before I go any further, you'll notice it says Hulu up here. I don't add anything that is from Hulu. In fact, usually it says down here, available courtesy of your Hulu connection or whatever. And because it didn't have that, I allowed it. And I don't know why this says Hulu up here. If it's not, maybe it's also in Hulu, but it's also, you would also be able to watch it if you didn't have Hulu. But yeah, it does. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to talk about the show now. By the way, there's a number of K-dramas that just got added to this quarter on the Disney Plus for me to select from randomly. And we're going to watch all of them, more than likely, because they all have this kind of setup. So with this, we have two characters, and I'm going to say their names wrong. Moon Ga-young plays No Da-hyun. Forgive me if I butcher these names. I'm sorry. I don't speak Korean, and I don't know it very well. Jin-goo plays Eun Ga-hoon. And so No and Guy are our main characters. We first meet Guy. He is a chef at a prestigious restaurant somewhere in Korea, in big city, and he's famous. He's well known. He's well loved. His dishes are great, and suddenly he breaks into tears at random when he's at work making food. Or he bursts into laughter as he's, talking to people who want to tell the chef just how great of a dish he is. He can't control his emotions, but he seems really locked down when we first meet him. We see him, he seems so very serious, and he's not. Why? Why does he have these strange emotional switches? It's not something normal. It is something that we get to learn in some pretty deep flashbacks, some pretty lengthy flashbacks with him narrating the entire thing. There is a lot of exposition, like almost the first half of this, to kind of explain. I guess they feel like rather than showing us, they also seem to have to tell us everything that you're seeing on screen. I mean, because again, some of it's kind of absurd, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just some absurd hooks in storylines, concepts all mashed together, where you think it's one thing, it's not. It's also something else, or is it? It goes back and forth, and I actually really like it because I couldn't predict where it was going to go next. That's good. I like not getting what I think I'm going to get. It's to me, that's good storytelling. Whether this is good storytelling from the elites kind of attitude, I don't know. I don't care. I know what I like, and this I like. It is everything that title says. Link, Eat, Love, Kill. And I can't believe I keep remembering it correctly every single time I say it, because I just feel like I would say it out of order, but no. Link, Eat, Love, Kill. So Link, what is the link? Well, I'm going to try not to tell you too much, and I don't want to ruin anything, because that's half the joy of watching this, is not knowing what's around the corner. But it's important to give you at least a basic understanding of what brings Guy and No Da-hyun together. And again, I don't know which part is her name, her first name, or what she's just named Da-hyun. Da-hyun. Yeah. No is, I guess, the last name that comes first. Either way, the family name. So, Guy has these problems where he keeps just having these emotional breakdowns in the middle of work, and it's causing problems. And so he's got to look for something else to do out of the public eye. It's embarrassing. As much as he is a beloved chef, it's time for a change. But along the way, on one of his worst nights, he meets a girl, and that's her. And Da-hyun is having her own set of problems, but they're fairly normal. She's just can't make rent. She can't pay the bills. She seems to have a number of different jobs, and she's hiding the fact that she can't make a living on her own. She keeps hiding it from her mom, who she would feel ashamed. She even gives her mom cab fare when she doesn't have enough money to pay rent, just to go, just leave my apartment. Because every moment she's there, there's a chance her identity could be revealed. I just also realized there's other characters in this. Well, they're obviously the characters, but there's other characters that also have their own main storylines, and there's some cops. I don't know, but they're only introduced like in the last third of the story of the first episode. I only watched the first episode. The other ones I might get to later. I'm behind on so much TV, but I might get to this eventually. So what I'm saying here is the link that we're talking about is, and they explained pretty early in the story that, and I think even in the bio for the show, Dae-hoon, he is a twin, and the reason why he's having these problems, he believes, is that when he was a kid, he could feel his sister's feelings, and probably her feel his the other way around as well. There's a prolonged flashback where he explains all of this to us, the viewer, as an internal monologue kind of thing, but because he's not telling anybody else, he's just keeping it to himself. He could, when she was scared or angry or happy or sad, he would feel it, and it would cause him to sometimes jump into action to rescue her, to protect her. They're twins, but she's a little sister, and sometimes he wants to be separate from her and wants to hang out with his friends. Well, at one point, she disappeared when that happened. Presumed dead, because he couldn't feel her feelings anymore. And that's upsetting for a 10-year-old. Suddenly, 18 years later, he starts feeling these feelings again while at work, as I was saying. And they become really strong when he runs into this woman on the street, rushing to her next job or rushing home. I'm not sure what she was doing at the time. But he feels something really strong when he crosses paths with her. And he runs into her again later during a break at work, because she just happens to be working at the same event where he's, making the food. And they have a kind of a meet cute kind of thing. Then it gets a little weird. Because he wonders if it's his sister. So that makes it also super weird. I don't think he's trying to romance her at all. He's not trying to. She thinks he is, but he really wants to know if maybe she's his long lost sister. And so he asks a lot of personal questions that really upset her. And well, I'm gonna have to stop at that point just to not go any further into this, but things keep happening that make them their paths cross more than once, to the point that it's upsetting for her. So really upsetting. So yeah, she's trying to make her way. He's trying to make his way, and so we got the Link, we got the Eat, where he's a chef. We got love. Well, is there going to be a love interest? What if they become a love interest and it turns out she is his sister? Is that legal in Korea? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm guessing not. Twin sisters, especially, I would think. Kill. This is also a murder mystery. Yeah, out of nowhere. I'm not going to explain how or why. It is because that's the part with the cops I mentioned, who seem to have their own separate storyline, but introduced late into the episode, are not just, hey, here's cops in the scene. They actually have their own storyline that is unrelated directly to these other two so far that we know. What's going on? What is going on with this? So we got kind of a romance. It's a bit of a comedy at times. The way these two leads interact with each other is actually kind of funny, because it's a whole lot of misunderstanding between the two of them. She doesn't understand why he's so, always showing up where she is. He doesn't understand why she's freaking out every single time they accidentally cross paths. So yeah, it's fun. It's at times kind of romantic. It can be. You have that feeling that, yeah, these two are meant to be together, but hopefully not if she's secretly his sister. But yeah, I honestly, I didn't expect to like this as much as I did. There's plenty of dramas from around the world that do not cater to American audiences, but are entertaining in their own right, in their own way, that thankfully isn't exactly like every single cookie cutter cop lawyer drama show that we get here in the U.S. The majority of the shows we get on network TV is almost always going to star a cop, a lawyer, or a doctor, and then there's a procedural set of A and B stories, sometimes C stories in each episode, and they're resolved within the 45 minutes and or a season. And yeah, there's elements of that in this as well, but I think this is something that you could get a kick out of. If you've never really watched a Korean drama or Korean comedy or romance or whatever, there's so many different things. There's that supernatural element where, again, yeah, sure, twins might have an emotional connection, a sort of a really strange, maybe psychic connection, not psychic, but they can sort of, they have a connection that maybe some siblings really don't. They share a womb, So there's a supernatural element to this, where this link connects them psychically and shows them danger and stuff like that. Yeah. So, and then we got the murder mystery, and we have romance, everything else. There's so much in this that you can kind of like some of it, but I doubt you could just limit yourself and say, oh, I only like this part and not this part. It gets a little scary at one point. Not like you're going to be, not a horror movie, but it gets pretty intense. So I say, because you don't know where it's going to go necessarily, or how far they're going to go with certain elements. There's definitely a stalker vibe in this, and you kind of wonder what's going to happen between certain characters. And I can't say anything more. But yeah, it's an interesting setup. It is not something I expected, so that's good. I say definitely check it out if you're interested in trying out a new series. It is dubbed, by the way. If you don't know Korean, I'm pretty sure you could probably change the settings if you do know Korean to whatever that language or whatever language you want. But if you only know English, it is dubbed by default, and you can watch it without having to do a lot of reading. There are some subtitles here and there, but usually for words on signs. because it is definitely, it's shot in Korea, between a city and a small town. So yeah, don't worry, you'll be handheld if you only know English. It'll work. So I say, yeah, check it out. It's definitely not like anything I've seen yet on Disney Plus, which is a really difficult thing to say because there's a lot of formulaic stuff that you can find amongst the Disney Channel content, series, and movies, and things like that. As long as, as well as Marvel and Star Wars, everything else, all that stuff usually fits a certain format that works. This is something different. So check it out. Link, Eat, Love, Kill, probably also on Hulu, but also on Disney Plus, even if you don't have a Hulu connection. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 117. We get another Asian story. I'm not sure what culture it is from, but this is an award nominated. I don't know if it won. I think it won at the Academy Awards a number of years ago. It's a short. It's a short film-ish kind of thing. I don't know too much about it, but I know about the award thing. And so we're going to be watching Nai Nai and Wei Po. Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that horribly. It's going to be a thing for me. Nai Nai and Wei Po on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.